On one hand, it's so clear, and on the other, so complicated. Why is that? Let's talk a little about Peacock's new crime comedy drama fight night, The Million Dollar Heist, which has been the setting for a lot of films and TV shows. Now, if I started talking about the careers of the actors in this show, the video would never end. But to keep it short, we've got huge names like Kevin Hart, Samuel L. Jackson, and Don Cheadle, and with a cast this great, it's hard not to get excited. But, unfortunately, this show has a bit of a weird thing going on. In some scenes, you totally get everything, and in others, you're left trying to figure out what's happening. It's like reading a book and after 5 to 10 pages realizing you have no idea what you just read. You just skimmed through. So, getting into the plot, Fight Night, The Million Dollar Heist is set in 1970s Atlanta, and one of the greatest boxers in history, Muhammad Ali, is preparing for a comeback after a long break. The city is still a bit behind the times, kind of underdeveloped. The main thing you need to understand here is that the real hero of the story isn't Muhammad Ali, but rather Chicken Man, played by Kevin Hart. So, who is Chicken Man? Our main character is a former criminal, but he has this big dream of transforming the city and basically creating a black Las Vegas. Of course, his biggest motivation for doing this is his own personal gain. We've all seen how deep the cast is, and that's what makes this show so special. It's really interesting to see Kevin Hart in a non-comedic, more serious role. His style totally reflects the vibe of the 70s. Wide-collared suits, a massive afro, and of course there's Samuel L. Jackson. His character, Frank Moten, uses that smooth-talking charm we're so used to, bringing danger to life like it's second nature. There's another character responsible for protecting Muhammad Ali, played by Don Cheadle. He's in a pretty strange, emotionally up-and-down role. Personally, I'm really excited to see what this trio brings to the table. These are some of the show's good points, but let's look at the areas where it falls a bit short. Well, actually, falls short might not be the right phrase. It would have been better without them. Fight Night was originally supposed to be a 2-hour movie, but it suddenly got turned into a series, and that might have been a bit much. What makes heist stories so exciting is the suspense and tension in the scenes, but sometimes that gets a bit lost in this show. This leaves us movie lovers with some questions. You're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden, a door opens, new characters come in, and the story starts to feel a bit scattered. In the first episodes, directed by Craig Brewer, you can really feel the grindhouse aesthetic of the 70s. Those old film reels, the classic NBC logo, lots of zooms and split-screen effects. It really creates that B-movie vibe. But as the show goes on, that visual style starts to fade, unfortunately. To wrap it up, Fight Night. The Million Dollar Heist is a fun show. Sure, we get a bit lost in some places or bored in others, but overall, it's worth watching. The time period, the city it takes place in, and most importantly, Muhammad Ali's comeback fight. The dark side of Atlanta, and of course, the big heist, I gotta say, you need to have a little patience when watching this show. But if you're a Kevin Hart or Samuel L. Jackson fan, it's worth it just to see the energy and performances these two bring. Some shows are worth watching for their story, others for the cast, and some for both. Fight Night, The Million Dollar Heist definitely falls into that last category. Looking at it, it's strong both in terms of cast and story. So, what do you guys think? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll be here. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, and with that, I'm wrapping up the video. See you next time.